Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever this finds you, whenever this finds you. Today, we are playing a bit of a milestone. This is session 60, the big 6-0 of our ongoing campaign playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through the 2013 adventure Legacy of the Crystal Shard. And we are also making use of the most recent adventure released by Wizards of the Coast, the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. There's quite a bit of material we're using from this. So if you are intending on playing that relatively new adventure, this will have spoilers for that. So if you are going to play it, come back to this at another time and then see what we have changed or what we have screwed up. If you don't care about Icewind Dale or you have no intent on playing it, then welcome. Let me introduce you to the Quarantine Crusaders themselves, the stars of our campaign play during the quarantine. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently? First up, we have Dave.
Hi everybody, I'm Lex. I'm playing Dave. He's a first level armor and
3 levels in marketing.
3 levels in marketing and Lex is a 7th level half-elven ranger of Myliki.
Very nice. Next up is Andrew.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew. I'm playing Kola Hammerstone, a level 6 priest of Clangeddon.
Very nice. Next up is Mo.
Hi, I'm Morris. I'm playing Thomas Branner, who is a human fighter who is 7th level. Sorry.
He moves through them so quickly,
yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
Next up is Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Grim Buckman, a 6th level human mage.
Ah, very nice. And last but certainly not least is the man, the myth, the legend, El Jefe Petrolio, the leader of the Gamerhood, the horde master of the Hobgoblins, Jason Hobbs.
Thanks, everyone. I am actually Lex Luthor today, and I am playing my Goliath Scald, Girnig Iron Singer, who I think is 2nd level.
We've seen our first transition to the NPC. All right. So, guys, last session, session 59, was a pretty eventful one. I know I used that term fairly fast and loose before, but it did mark the first kind of appearance of a dragon in our campaign, or at least a fighting version of a dragon. Guys, what happened last time?
He wasn't kidding about a dragon?
Nope.
No.
He's been teasing about a fang dragon so much that I just figured he would
And bandaged.
Yeah.
So we were, Lex scouted out the opening to this cavern, which was 100 feet up, about 40 feet across, and we fastened a couple ropes together and rappelled down. He used his cloak of arachnidia to create a web that we could swing the rope and then jump and land in the web and then kind of rip our way through to get to the ground. It's a bit of a safety net thing, but the last one down was Tom, and unfortunately Tom failed his dex check to swing the rope and ended up landing in the water, broke the ice that went into the water, and landed next to the dragon. So he woke the undead dragon, and we were attacked by the dragon, and then the White Witch was down here where Store is, and the dragon was somewhere over in the water here.
This was what they faced there, Andrew.
Oh, isn't he a cutie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real sweet, real cuddly. You know, had a recharging breath weapon that kept taking people out and killed one of the Goliaths, killed 2 Goliaths, and then they had right beforehand looked like the Cold Light Walkers had brought Hengar. No, they were not Cold Light Walkers. They were the frozen barbarians, or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They brought Hengar over to this pillar here and pushed his arms into the pillar so that he could be a sacrifice to the dragon by the looks of it. And so we were fighting the dragon, and then the White Witch showed up, and she started summoning those frozen zombies from all of the walls, all the way around.
The way the White Witch had appeared to you guys before, just as a refresher, was like this. Like Hedron Sigurd's daughter, like you had heard. However, the entity you face in the cave looked like this.
Her avatar. We assume it's her avatar.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was down here. There was undead everywhere. Lex was the only one over here trying to help Hengar. And he was able to run down and duel with the White Witch. I don't know. She had this big black ice two-handed sword that was doing a shite ton of damage. But Lex had his dagger of speed and the +4 short sword, and yeah.
I think we call that pulling an Arya.
Isn't Lex? It wasn't Lex that took her down, though. It was a fireball from across the cavern from Grim.
And the first fireball he's tossed.
Wow.
It's all downhill from here.
When did Hengar rejoin us? Did I miss that?
That was this session.
That was the sacrifice he was talking about that the barbarians brought for it happened to be Hengar.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's over here.
that's
So
awkward.
they
Frozen into the pillar.
So when the avatar of the White Witch fell into a pile of snow, the dragon crumpled lifeless, the undead disappeared or retreated back into the wall, whatever. And we gathered up our forces, marshaled up our healing potions, and Lex still only has 14 hit points.
And we can't get out the way we came in, right? So we're going into these caverns now where we're assuming there's going to be a bunch of these barbarians that are zombies. But is it the Owl Tribe is also here? Elk Tribe, Hengar's tribe is also captive here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that answers that question then.
And Ostin's father, Ostin didn't want us to delay and heal and stuff. He's like, no, we need to press on because Ostin's father is the Lord or King of the Bear Tribe.
Gunvald Halriksson. Ostin's surname is Gunvaldsson.
He didn't feel like sharing with us until this moment.
He told you guys when you first met him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
he's outcast.
A while back.
yeah. I forgot that he was royalty.
I think
Brandon
we
was
had a
probably
prearranged-
eating some chips, and you probably couldn't hear it.
It's a low blow.
Wow!
Sorry, go.
Wow! Not only that's a low blow, and what the hell of a
Hey, I was not playing at the time you guys met
Yeah.
him, so.
My Brandon synthesizer.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
A rustle of confidence.
There's only one person who has stupid sound effects here, and that's this guy. So
That's crap. That's what I was here for. I thought that's what my job was.
all right. So guys, what we're picking up is with you guys sort of recovering from this as well, and maybe like Bocho as Ostin is trying to get everyone ready. Hengar. It looks like Hengar is closest to Grim, so I guess Grim is sort of helping support him, and he sort of staggers a little bit. Bocho is also a little weak-kneed, and Kola, it feels almost as if like you escaped any kind of consequence from that fight. But looking around at your allies, holy smokes!
I can't help it if I'm that good, you know.
Well, I think the most fearsome foe that at least 2/3 of the group faced in that last fight was a wall, climbing it. So
Yeah. That's.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, walls. This is not the first time we have faced like cliffs and walls tend to not go well for us. Kind of like how a certain other online stream game struggles with doors all the time. Our group seems to struggle with walls.
Okay. So then,
so healing. I think have we rested between my last time here and now? Is it reasonable to say I have my spells?
Just so as a refresher, you have whatever you had when you left. Wherever we left you off, that's what you have right now.
Okay, so then I think I am able to do. I've got my healing available, so let's start off there. Who first? Let's see. Oh, geez, guys. Okay, Lex is the worst. Lex is the worst off.
Well, Bocho's at 1.
We just
Maybe
fought
you
Yeah,
didn't
he's
the-
an NPC. I take care of
We
my PCs.
fought
before my
a
NPC.
dragon. Maybe you didn't hear.
I leave you guys alone. Okay.
fought the avatar of the White Witch and her dragon. Like, this is not. Oh, we faced a couple skeletons.
Mm. Hangar is going to need a night's rest to recover at this point. He's so drained.
Okay. 1 cure moderate on Lex.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's appropriate.
Don't
That's
laugh.
appropriate.
yeah.
Okay.
Don't
A
laugh.
second one on Lex, I guess.
It's almost as if there's some fell divine
Wait, how do you
influence that is interfering with your healing down here.
Yeah. Wait, Dave, is Lex at 14 or 33? Now I'm confused.
No, he's not at 33. 19.
I'm
There
like,
you
you have a unique definition of 5. Okay, so I'll do a second one for you. Okay, there you go. That's a bit better.
Yes.
I guess Bocho is like on death's door here. We should probably do something for him.
He's back from it. I think
Yeah,
Bojo's
he
got to
actually
have
got-
some kind of. There's got to be some kind of marking, I think, to indicate his return. I mean, he was frozen, right? I think
Does Jellicoe have?
I think
No,
he's.
Jellicoe's got a couple cure lights. We can use
Yep.
those. I'd rather.
She's
my big
used-
Jellicoe
I think she used one last time.
Okay.
I think she used one last
Tom?
time, and then you guys very briefly had a rogue or a thief druid. You now have a thief druid popsicle.
Okay. Tom, that 9 is for you. And those are all my cure moderates. So now I've got 3 cure lights. So Bocho, Lex,
Okay.
Tom, and then we'll use Joliku's 1 on Bocho as well.
Okay.
So, Ocho got the 4.
So
Lex got-
Bocho got 4, Lex got 3, Tom got 6.
Yeah, Bocho got 9 in total between the two.
And then Bocho, yeah.
Have you any disposable?
I've got half a
Resources
healing
too.
potion.
I have 1 left, according to
It's
my
half.
inventory.
It's half a 1d4.
Half is 1d4. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that for myself.
Yeah. Nice.
18.
Okay.
What is left?
Oh yeah, Osim leveled up last session too.
That's right.
So is it like a video game where he automatically goes to full hit points and
No.
This
Good try though.
it's like I'm in the middle of a fight. I leveled up. Bing! I got full hit points. Woo! Like, wow, this is awesome.
Or you're like specifically trying to time your fights. You avoid the boss fights until you're just about to level, anticipating the free save in the middle.
Pretty much.
All right. So, any other healing that you guys wish to go?
So Ostin, you did one for Ostin, didn't you? One of those is for Ostin, because I don't think anybody adjusted his hit points.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. He was the after the 4.
The 3?
4 was
Okay. So while you guys are doing are getting yourselves recovered and dispensing with some healing stuff too, let's talk about what you expect. Osin has been here as a child, but has since his affliction led to him being cast out. He's never returned here. The Bear Tribe. His father is the head and rules as all ragged tribesmen leaders do through strength of arm and force of personality. And what he says is that with the loss of the White Witch, because they've thrown their lot in with her, we may be able to get them to respond with a show of force as well. Now, we don't need to hurt them, but there is the Ragged tribes have the concept of single combat, and if you are seen as having succeeded and in defeating their champion, in this case the White Witch, they may see you as victors, and it may demoralize them. The other thing is, Cola, you would know this. If they're all afflicted, what do you remember happening when all those black ice afflicted dwarves lost their leader?
Yeah, when he went, they all just kind of like were brought back to their. Well, they were like really like they were messed up too.
They were pretty fucked up. Yeah.
But they're all like really tired and stuff.
And despondent.
Yeah. Almost like coming out of a dream state, like they hadn't really been fully in control of their actions, and yet they were, and they remembered it all. And it was they were, they're gonna need a therapist.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because if the most fearsome adversaries they have are those black ice berserkers, what state do you think they may be in now? I mean, if the White Witch was the driving force of them, what do you think their state is going to be, having seen what the dwarves are, or dwarves went through?
Well, and these berserkers were already like, they were. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I don't necessarily know, but like it strikes me that they were less structured in terms of like they didn't have a structured society to fall back onto. They've been under her influence for far longer.
I'm not sure you know how long they've been under. You guys did encounter that one. Remember when you went to the troll cave, the chasm there? One of you found one in a cage, and it was almost completely bestial. Like it didn't have its weapon any longer. It had been separated from it, but it was reduced to just fury and impulse.
At this point, death is a mercy.
So, the reason I bring that up is, what do you think you're going to encounter out there?
They might not have like a structured defense if they're, gone back to their bestial nature and they don't have a leader.
Yeah, if like Gunvald, depending on what Ostin will tell you, is like knowing his father is unbreakable. So even if he's thrown in with the White Witch, he may still be there. But if his people has been infected with this black ice, and he's looking at Cola when he says that, then because he's seen the lengths that you went through or went to try and maintain your little piece that you dug up from a corpse buried in the permafrost. If these things are as broken as you say those dwarves would be, then it may be sufficient to give a good show of force or strength. Gunvald may not back down. The king of the Bear Tribe may still not back down, but it may spare you facing an entire tribe of savage bear folk, or the Bear Tribe. But what would you do?
So we just have to kill his dad? That's what you're saying? We have to kill his dad?
Or defeat him.
That's one way, but can you think of another way you could just show your strength?
We just challenge him to single combat?
Or a boasting game? Tom was going to point out that a lot of those berserkers had pretty severe injuries. They've been walking around in effectively lethal freezing. If the White Witch has lost the power, they may well have severe wounds. They probably have a lot of necrotic damage, which I'm not triggered by. So they may actually not be that good combats, or they may have died from the reduction of their will. Because effectively they had ice, frostbite. They may be in a very bad way.
I mean,
I'm assuming the actual bear tribes may not be in this.
Hold on, Mo. You just interrupted. Mo, hold on. Hobbs, go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I didn't know if I interrupted Mo, so that's why I was quieting down. So
Okay.
I thought he was done. But I mean, we did just kill the dragon again. kind of, I guess. That's certainly a show of strength, which is similar to what Mo was saying with the boasting game. If you just, let people know that we did that. You could also intimidate them. You can also go in and start healing them. I think in the long run, we just need to find out what's going on and then react, maybe.
It might be more believable if we got some treasure from the dragon horde down below, brought it up.
And Grim's thrown back in the water. Sploosh!
Is the dragon still? Is its corpse here, or did it
sunk into the water?
Oh, okay. So to take a trophy, because like treasure, yes, but taking a physical trophy from the dragon itself would be, although that'd be difficult to carry around.
With the broken water, I mean, looking down into the water from here, it was freeing itself at the time, but it's effectively frozen from about the shoulders or where the wings are up is the only part that was free. But that does mean a long twisting neck and a giant skull below the surface right now.
I think we could do anything we put our minds to.
Open up a taco shop. It'll be great.
I'm kind of hungry.
Burritos.
So, what are you guys thinking?
We go in and try the boasting and show of strength, and maybe we challenge the bear tribe to, if need be, to
Is Druin in this game?
Is it which?
Is Druin in this game? I said.
Is there any safe way to handle the sword? We could bring the sword and say, "Hey, look, we got the White Witch. We killed her. Here's the sword."
No.
Okay.
It is a pretty impressive looking sword, Grim.
Don't mention the sword to Cola.
No doubt magical as well, too.
Yeah, I forgot about that, yeah.
And possibly of great value.
Wait, what? There's a sword? There's a sword?
Yeah, we kicked it in the water.
That,
of course you did.
The black ice sword.
I don't have identify. I will need to. We'll need to rest. I'll need to memorize it, so it'll take a day. But sure, I'll get the sword and I will identify.
No, it's a black ice sword.
We don't need it. Yeah, it's the.
Oh, I missed that detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just thought you were.
I'll go get the sword.
No. Cole didn't miss that.
I strip off the armor and I start casting Aura of Comfort.
All right. Store glares back at the others. Let's move.
Yeah, fair.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm setting something up here.
It's just campaign. I mean,
I think Hengar ought to go in the center somewhere. He's a bit unwell. We don't want him at the back getting hit.
Yeah,
there's nothing behind us. There's a dead dragon behind us.
I'll take care of Hengar. Two singing voice.
I thought I was holding. I'm holding. I guess I'll hold it.
Best NPC ever.
Stuff here, guys.
All right. Give me a very quick second here.
Oh, I didn't realize that you were stalling to finish up a map. Otherwise, I wouldn't have pushed.
Oh no, that's fine. I was good. RP.
Kev.
Yeah.
Kev thought we were going to deliberate from
Cola sort of running away and going to the lake.
Cola's on the edge of the water, staring at it.
Who's Cola's sponsor? We need to have an impromptu meeting.
Take the kitty leash and pull me back. I'm just kidding.
Okay, here we go.
That would be silly.
Andrew's kidding, but Cole is not.
No, Cola's not kidding.
Okay, let me bring you guys over here. Hold on. I was prepping this morning. I neglected to prep one key crucial component. The second wave of dragon attacks. I mean, I'm sure you guys are fine.
Ooh, we're up to 3.99. Nice job, Dungeon Musings. Everybody, like the channel.
Are we at 3.99 already? Holy smokes. Yeah, we're inching. We were, I think, 9 away from 4K when I checked this morning. It's in that stage, though. Like, this is always when it's just fluctuating up and down a bunch when it gets to the cusp. Like, I'll make the net. Not today. We're going to bet. Not today. As soon as it hits it, we'll take a screenshot, and then it'll fluck up and down between then and whatever, but it's pretty close. And I'm doing, when we hit 4K, I'm doing a Roll20 tutorial as well, too. We're going to set up a campaign right from the get-go. We're going to do everything from character sheets to transferring stuff over, transmogrifier, lighting, all the stuff that I use.
What's the campaign?
It'll be a secret. It will be, well, it's not so much of a secret as it is, it will be setting up for another war story.
Nice.
Okay,
So what campaign?
It will be our, I'm trying to think of what's one we haven't played in a really, really long time. Oh, it'll be our Iron Kingdoms campaign that we played in 2006 when none of you guys played. It's going to be great, guys.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
You'll play the same character you played before, which is none. No, I don't know what. It's likely going to be a Night Below conversion. Yeah. So, okay, guys. So here's where you are bringing your. Oh, here's where you find yourselves. And let me set up one more thing here. Oh, I forgot to load something too. God dang, the wheels came off this morning. It's really nice here today, too, relatively speaking. So.
It's not minus 40.
It's not minus 40. I took all my like recycling and stuff out in shorts today. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't want to stay outside in that, but it was plenty warm.
Spoken like a true Manitoban.
Really? Well, it was only minus 10, right? So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's, ain't that bad. Okay. So, guys, what you find as you're making your way along... Actually, I need to give... There's torches all along here, so let me give this global illumination. Boom. There you go. You find that the passageway... Did I move you over, or am I talking to myself here? I did. Great. Great.
You
Tell me...
move me.
Did I move you? Or... Oh, I didn't move anybody. There we go. Okay, so you
Still
guys
weren't
are
talking to yourself, though.
all up here. A little bit, yeah. Okay. What you can hear from further down the passageway, guys, is the sound of more... they're speaking in Eluskan, so it's the ragged tribesmen speaking to each other. And you can hear the kind of... the sound of a group of people, but like a beaten group of people. There's kind of moans, there's low sobs, and yeah, and then there's the voices of like, "Shut up! You'll be next! You'll be next!" in Eluskan. So I think only Store can make this out.
I can speak Eluskan. So.
Oh, there you go. So you two.
So I would say the two of us will spread that around. We have company. It does not seem good. It sounds like there's a bully.
Well, just check with Austin. You don't recognize those voices.
He shakes his big head. It says, "It has been many years since I have heard those voices. I know not the names attached, though their intent seems clear." He gives a low growl. All right, so unless you guys... I didn't hear anybody saying they were trying to be quiet, so...
Nope.
Yep, so what happens, guys, is you see there are 4 ragged tribesmen who are here, all dressed as the Bear Tribe. And what... Where is that awesome art? Yeah, these guys. Look at this. Bless you.
Sorry.
Oh, nice. Bless you.
So you can picture all of them dressed very similar to that bear, the one swaddled in the bear skin. They are not berserkers. I'm using the Berserker tokens, but they are not them. So, guys.
So, Store will call out to him. Hail, tribesmen. The White Witch is dead. The dragon sleeps once more. I would not kill you if it isn't needed.
They sort of all look at each other nervously, and then and start charging in. So,
well, that's good.
Let's hear.
Store shrugs. Spin.
All right, so then we're starting off.
This is
Andrew, you missed us last time, so to make up, clearly this will make up for missing fighting a dragon. Is you get to roll initiative first.
Yeah, sure. Like, I'm not here for a dragon fight, and if this goes badly, it's on me.
All right, so guys, let's see here. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round, and then Andrew, would you kindly beat my 3? Again, folks at home, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Oh God, sorry that my camera's backwards still. Okay, so then, guys, I'm acting on, I think, 1, 2.
Who's got the Goliaths?
Yeah, I'm acting on a 3. Okay, so Goliath, let's see here. Let's distribute some stuff here. Hobbs is going to take Garanig again. Lex, you mind taking Bocho again?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay.
I think we've kind of been doing it already, haven't we?
You guys have sort of fallen into things, yeah. Andrew, would you mind controlling Ostin?
Sure.
Okay. So I think that puts everyone in control then. Okay.
I don't think I was doing Jokalu. Is that fine? Isn't that yours? And I was moving him, Andrew. But are you doing Jokalu as well?
Jellicoe?
I mean, it doesn't. Jellicoe. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
okay,
I don't have any of her stats or anything, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. She's pretty straightforward because she's not.
Yeah, so you take Jellicoe and then Grim. You want to take, or Brandon? You want to take Ostin?
Ooh, Ostin.
No,
I don't know how that works.
no,
Not Brandon. No,
not Brandon.
Probably
Brandon
not.
gets a Goliath. Brandon gets. Who do we like least?
he's already got Grim.
Oh, that's 2. That's 2.
Are you trying to tell me that Grim's expendable?
I don't want. I hate to, guys. I'd hate to give away my oracular powers here, but I do foresee Store getting caught in the wake of a fireball this session. Good golly!
Wow.
All right, so okay, so Store's on 8. Yeah, then that'll work good. Okay, so everyone enter you roll 10.
Does that mean am I taking Ostin then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
No.
No, Brandon will.
Brandon will take Ostin. Okay.
Okay.
Brandon?
Don't kill him.
All right.
So
Just remember, Brandon, Grim has far fewer hit points than Ostin.
He's got a character. Okay, let me check this out.
Sundays
Like,
are cool.
okay, this is
Okay.
cool. He's got his own character sheet.
Alrighty. Okay, so we have guys. So they're up first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's do this.
So they are. Oh, actually, one of them can charge Store. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The others are not going to reach there, but they're going to get in a little closer. All right, Store. So this thing, your AC is incredible right now, isn't it? It's like a minus 1.
It's a 0.
0. Okay, let's see here. A 2 will not do it. So he comes in and tries to stab you with his spear. You easily knock it aside with your staff. That's all the tribesmen. Store, you're up next on an 8, unless Yep, you're up on an 8. What are you doing?
I think I lied. It's a 2. My AC is 2. It's 0 when I have a shield.
Okay, well the 2 still will not. Is your AC 18?
Yes. If we're ascending.
Yeah.
All right. I'll whack this guy with the Delver staff who foolishly came in to attack me.
Please do. Or attempt to. Holy shit.
There's the 20.
Okay.
Let's start it off.
Holy smokes. Go ahead and roll damage. And I think that I'm going to roll. Are you blowing any of the charges from the staff?
No.
Okay. 7 damage. Let's see here. That may actually. Let's check. That is enough. So he comes running in. One quick stab of the staff. And he is down. Dead. I'm going to roll morale for the others. And that'll be your nat 20 effect.
All right.
And I just rolled a 14, so they all sort of like skid in place on the ice of the glacier. Next up is Lex on a 9.
They're broken, Lex.
Making sure.
Oh, jeez. Yep, both hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Let's see. 12 damage for this guy's 3 hit points, so just barely. Like a fucking wraith, this pale elf, half-elf comes out of nowhere, stabs this guy, and just destroys him. Next is Gernig and Ostin and Kola and Jellicoe.
Gernig moves up to join Thor.
Jellicoe moves up. Kola moves only to 2. And he, to the remainder, I guess this guy, yells out a command of, damn it, I get stop.
Stop.
Instead of trying to go something more profound, but
Okay. So my camera's going to screw up for you guys for just a
like
brief moment
peace
here.
or calm, but stop is just as fine.
Okay. So he does not get a save. He's way too low hit dice. Jellicoe and Ostin, what are they doing?
Ostin just moved forward. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
did he?
did.
Okay.
Same. Yeah.
And
And Jellicoe moved forward as well?
Yep.
Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, guys. This is the other thing I was going to do before I logged in and then got too excited to play today. The heck is it? Okay. Next up will be Grim on an 11. What are you doing, Grim?
Grim's putting the other 2 to sleep. So
Okay.
there's the hit dice I rolled. 4.
Oh, yeah. So they stop, and then one of them kind of, like he gets a look of bedazzlement. Let me change. Here we go. Y'all can see me again now?
Yep.
Okay. He gets the look of like, and then the 2 of them proceed to immediately drop down asleep. Next up is Tom on a 13. Boy, what a change of pacing when Tom is acting after like 5 people.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Tom? Oh, you're
Tom,
gonna
you-
mute
Run
Bo?
forward.
You can hear him now.
Am I out?
You're good.
on,
Go.
or-
You're good. Go.
Yeah, he's going to run forward, saying we don't need to kill everyone. And he's put the mask down, but he's not carrying a weapon.
Okay.
Kev, do you house ruled non-lethal damage for punching, or is it as in the book?
It's always non-lethal. So
They're
No,
asleep.
we're using the non-lethal punching rules.
from the PHB, no, they are
Ah, right. Okay. Well, yeah.
absolutely
Okay. We're just going to run
disaster.
forward, so more or less saying, don't kill them.
Okay. All right. Anyone else doing anything? Next up is Bocho on a 14.
Bocho watches all the carnage and lowers his javelin.
Okay.
Move up behind Lex.
So now that you guys are there, what you guys can see is over in this direction. Oh, let me get the over here, guys. It appears to be the collected members of the Elk Tribe.
Woo-woo.
Freezing, malnourished, and looking sickly. And as you guys go in, there is one man who sort of staggers, excuse me, to his feet, and he looks like go.
The spell the sleep only lasts 5 rounds level, so we might want to restrain these guys.
I think we just boot him in the ass and have him go and get whoever leads the bear tribe and tell him to come to us.
So this is what the man looks like, who stands, big, ragged man, and then standing next to him, still wearing the scraps of station, or at least his mark of station, is a man who looks like this. Long blonde hair. And the first man, the big one, he speaks with the kind of tone that expects to be followed or obeyed. Who are you that has Hengar?
I'm Grim.
Is it in Eluskin?
It is in Eluskin, yeah.
We've come to help. We've disposed of the White Witch and her dragon. We helped Hengar in 10 towns, and we help him again here.
The man who is next to him, the shaman, he turns and says something to the king, or to the man, and the king turns back to you and says, "You are the ones. You are the allies that Hengar said would come." And there's a bit of a titter, like through the Elk Tribe captives.
We are. Fear not. Take your rest. Let's hand them some food, people.
Okay.
When those guys wake, let's send them for the others. Let the bear tribe know that there's a new people in town.
New sheriff's store?
I don't know anything about sheriffs, but
I'm happy to transfer our campaign to the Five Shires in Mystara, and you can play the sheriff.
Now I lost Krim.
Yeah.
Krim, come on, man.
I'm coming.
Okay. So you, what do you guys want to do with these bear tribe guys? There's enough of you that you would be able to muscle your way down. The shaman says, "You have one of the cursed with you," and gestures at Ostin, and Ostin kind of roars at that. Roar. Seems like
You know nothing, shaman. Ostin is one of us, and he is here to help you as we are.
He looks up at the king. The king kind of looks down and looks back at the others, at you all. Ben, the witch is dead.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've killed. This is the second time we've killed her. She grows stronger each time.
Which among you do you think would be paying the most attention to the tribesmen?
Lex and Bocho walked over to these tribesmen. Are you talking the Elk
No,
tribe?
to the ones to the Elk tribesmen who are over here.
I'm letting Sport take that.
I assume Grim's probably paying a fair amount of attention because he's got Hangar with him.
Okay,
So he's kind of like looking around trying to make sure like they're not going to jump on what they think about Hangar and what they think about him. With
So
Hangar.
the news, or the confirmation of the White Witch, her defeat and her death. There's everyone seems to the Elk Tribe seems to be happy at that news, except for one man, and this man is sort of off on his own, maybe about 10 feet away from the other captives, still chained and manacled, not manacled, but tied. But his head seems to go down and his shoulders slump at that news. He's an older man, probably in his 50s, maybe. And then, so we can skip forward. So I'm sorry, did you say you guys are taking these tribesmen into custody, or?
Lex and Bocho are just disarming them right now while they sleep.
Yeah, which is a matter of kicking the spears they had aside. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are we sending them sending them back to deliver your message store?
That would be my preference. I have no heart for intimidation and interrogation.
All right,
Lex kicks the one in front of him.
Yep. He gets up and he tries to, grab for his spear and realizes it's out of reach. What do you say?
Oh, I don't speak Aluskan, so I don't know. Do they speak common?
Yeah.
They speak common?
They don't know. They may. You could try saying something in common.
Oh, Lex will say something in common. Stand up, you fool.
He looks over at his companion, and they're not close enough that he can just reach over and try and shake him awake. Have you woken up both of them, or just the one?
Just the one for now.
Just the one. Okay. So he looks over and then looks back at you, and slowly, like a wary or like a dog hit too many times, slowly getting up and trying to judge what you're gonna do. Gets up to his feet.
Bring forth the leader of the bear. What's Osin's last name again?
Well, Osin's last name would not be the same. The naming convention among the Ragged Tribesmen is like Scandinavian names, where it's his.
Didn't he tell us?
He did.
Did he tell us the name?
King Gunvald Halrigsson.
Bring forth Halrigsson, leader of the bear. You must meet us. No more than 5 tribesmen with him. We've slain the White Witch and her dragon. You fools are nothing to us.
His eyes kind of get big, like, what? And then he backs away, keeping a careful eye on all of you. When he sees Osin among you, his face gets hard again. And he thinks about saying something, but then snaps back to you, Lex, while you're flicking the lifeblood of one of his tribesmen off of your dagger. And then he turns and thinks better of trying to cause trouble and runs out of the down the hallway and away. So the Elk tribes begin to get free or take food from you guys. They're have not been fed in quite some time. The king brings forward his hands
to cut him loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cut him loose.
Okay. And he says, "Thank you. What is your name, friend of Hengar?"
I am Stor, Hengar friend.
I am King Gerund Elkhart, king of the Elk Tribe. The shaman gets forward, and I'm Menir Tormhart, shaman to the earth, the Elk Tribe. Your friends, you have strange companions. Those of the people of the peaks, and one of the cursed. You bring this with you.
They helped us slay the White Witch, which you were unable to do, Tormund.
Did you bring her head? Says Mjolnir.
No. As I said, her avatar was destroyed. She fell into snow and ice once more from whence she came.
There's a bit of a titter that goes through the crowd, and that man who seemed defeated, his shoulders kind of perk up and his head snaps, and his pale blue eyes are trained on you guys, list as if hoping to get some word of this. King Yerund says that she is not dead then.
Like I said, this is the second time we've killed her.
The second time you have triumphed over the White Witch.
Yes. My comrades and I are formidable.
Indeed. Hengar, Mjolnir. And he gestures to, when he sees the state that Hengar's in, Mjolnir goes running over to him and kind of, lays Hengar down. And he kind of looks him over for a couple of minutes, and then, or a minute or so, and then he looks back at you guys and says, "My lord, I can do nothing for him. I need herbs. I need something more."
Herbs, you say? in a thoroughly non-cola voice.
What do you...
This is still all in Aluskan, though, right?
Are
So
you an
I
apothecary?
don't understand the word
Cola.
they're saying. Never.
I know this is in common now. If you say, yeah.
Oh,
So, are you an apothecary, dwarf?
I'm an herbalist. Not necessarily an apothecary, but I can make salves and such. I guess that's literally what an apothecary is, but yeah.
Who are you talking to, yourself or me?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yerund looks over at Kola and says, I recognize your sign, dwarf. Your god is one of battle. Can he not bring a champion like Hengar back?
Well,
How many charges in the ring?
Not enough. And that wouldn't be clanging in anyway, but they don't need to know that. No, for resurrection.
I think he probably just saw the twin
He's not
axes,
dead.
you know, on of your holy symbol, and just assumed that
Hengar's
you were
not dead.
worshipped a god of war.
Right.
Hengar's not dead,
restoration and
just,
resurrection both require at least 10 charges.
Hengar's not dead.
He's
No,
just
I know.
weak. Yeah.
Just needs to rest. I'm assuming you just said he needs like a bed rest for a night or something,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Warm fire.
It
Hey,
takes
Dale.
no god to help Hengar with what ails him. He lives, he breathes like the rest of you. We'll rest here as we wait for the bear champion. How many of you are there? Do we need food? What other resources might you require?
We have had, so the king says we have had everything taken from us.
Lex takes the two spears and tosses them one at a time to elk tribesmen who look like they can at least hold one.
The
Maybe
king most certainly looks like he can handle himself. He takes one.
Toss him one spear.
if we're just chatting, I might sit down and I'll tell them I will show you what my god can do for you, and I'll start the rich. It's going to take me 10 minutes, but I think we've got that time. I'm going to start casting create food and water.
Oh, cool. Okay, so King Yeren tests this this spear that he's got. Sorry, Brian, I'll come back to you in just a sec here. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But what he says to Lex, and he says, "Elf, in common, you know that won't work. One of your kind, you did not even offer a challenge. King Yunvold will not parley. If you wish to challenge him, you must offer that champion the challenge when he digs the end of the spear into the ground as a ragged. I would have thought that and he looks over at Ostin, one of your companions would have informed you of that." And Ostin kind of just roll low growls at King Yerend.
The king doesn't necessarily need to fight, correct? He'll issue his champion.
I think they're saying that he won't accept it as a challenge unless we like do some sort of formal.
That's fair. Then
Unless
maybe
we are
we'll get somebody to challenge for him and then name their champion, maybe Store or
Okay.
Tom.
I got the impression that you have to
Tom's going to like
hold on.
flex his arm muscles.
One sec. Brandon, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say on comment on that. My understanding of what he just said is that they have to be ragged. We're not ragged, so they're not going to recognize our challenge, right? That's
Right.
Yeah.
And Mo, sorry, I interrupted you now. What are you saying?
Well, he more or less going to sort of like flex his muscles and say, "Well, I will wrestle you." As Hengar is unwell, I will be his champion if he permits, and I'll look at Hengar.
The king looks at you like he's a little perplexed. What are you? Are you challenging King Yerend?
We're not talking to this. We're not challenging the Elk King.
No, it's just this is guy that's getting in the way.
No.
We want to just challenge him, Come on.
No, I don't think it would help us because it doesn't matter what we do to this guy. That won't help us with the bear guy. He's actually informing us that what we're trying to do is not working unless we do it this special way, I'm assuming.
That's the long and the short of it. Is that he
speak to the bear? Sorry.
If you wish to challenge him, what the King Yerend will say is, if you wish to challenge him, you must challenge him, not request a parley.
Yeah, so let's hang out here. We can take these guys if they come down here. Let's get the these ragged is in some decent shape, a meal, and
so
because we've done everything now that Osten wants, right? Or no, is he still wanting us to do something against the bear?
Osten did not necessarily want that one way or the other. He was just his eagerness to get in there and scrap it up is different than you've ever seen before.
He wants us to resolve this because his people were still, in chains, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not trying to If one of you talks to Osten, he may be able to provide some insight into that. But can you think of just why he might not be looking forward to this? Remember that he's an outcast from the tribe as well, too. And if you want to know how other ragged tribesmen view lycanthropes, the comments of Mjolnir could give you some insight as to how likely it is for him to be accepted. So, if this guy, as son of the king, is forced to challenge and try and displace, he's never going to be king. There's no way he would ever be accepted by his people. But he may be forced to put himself in as hated champion just to try and undo what his dad had done. So this is maybe why he's a lot more touchy and a lot more, insistent on just getting it over with than what than what you've ever seen from him before.
So we should gather our forces, move forward, and then deliver a proper challenge to the bear.
Yeah, let's let them eat. I mean, they've been captive for however long, and that'll give Grim a moment to talk to this bad guy that's among them.
Yeah,
with the blue eyes.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, Yerend kind of, at that, when you say that, Lex, Yerend kind of smiles and says, yes. And if you are friends of the Elk, we will be at your side to see that challenge honored.
We still have that other guy. We could send him to send a second message, revision. It's actually a
addendum.
Change your mind. No parlay. Come fight.
I'm joking, but kind of serious at the same time. Maybe we should just do that.
Yeah.
Or we could just walk out and show force now with the Elk.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying, is that we have to challenge them, not send some lackey to challenge them for us.
Yeah. Okay. So as Cola, you finished up your spell you produce. How much food does the Create Food and Water produce for you now? Are you talking and muted, or?
He was whispering.
Sorry, I was eating, so I muted my mic.
Oh, no problem. I couldn't figure out if you were whispering or am I hearing things or? Good God.
This is a more segment of the game.
Yeah.
No, it's. I think it's a cubic foot. I'm gonna look it up to confirm. I think it's a cubic foot of food per level of meat.
It's just one brick of tofu. Doom.
Yeah, it's not particularly scrumptious, but it's serviceable.
So whatever it is, you create it, and it's being distributed, amongst those. And then, Cola, when you're going to offer food to that man who was on his own, Mjolnir actually gets in and slaps your hand. That traitor gets nothing. And the man, when he says his big, blue eyes kind of look back and forth, and then he kind of slumps and looks down as if accepting that judgment. Now, what do you guys remember about what you were told by those survivors about the White Witch's backstory or history. Do you remember offhand?
Oh gosh,
I don't think I ever heard it.
Yeah, I don't think you did, Hobbs, but Lex, Cola, Tom, I think were there for it.
Yeah,
I think she was unlucky in love, or there was a love triangle, and
Yeah.
she was actually exiled for some transgression.
There
Is
was.
that Olaf? Is that Olaf over in the corner?
Is it Olaf?
oh,
The Elk Tribe shaman's son Olaf was.
oh, that would explain why he was suddenly shocked when he heard the news that she was dead. If he's still got a thing for her, and he's still
Olaf was the one she killed.
Oh, never mind. Well, that can't be Olaf then.
Do you know what Olaf's surname was? Mjolnirson.
That's what I wondered.
It's good to take notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the notes now. Where the heck are they?
I just posted one in chat.
Yeah. So there's the thing. So
Oh, okay.
Hedron and Olaf both sort of outcast members of the tribe. Olaf the spirits never spoke to him. He and Hedron, Soren's daughter, they were in love, and he was found frozen to death, and it was blamed on her. That's what led to her being cast out by the tribe.
Who's this kid?
It's not a kid. Remember, the man who with the blue eyes, he looks like he's in his late 40s.
Hmm.
Well, Thomas will go over and offer the outcast guy some food as well.
Well, I'm going to pick up the food that was rudely cast out of my hands, but
No! He is none. Do you not see who he is?
no, I don't.
He is still a man. If you just try and stop me,
He looks at you. Try, Southerner. You will find we are not soft like you. He gets nothing.
Who is he?
The king stands forward. He is Soren Unsforth, father of the White Witch. And he slinks even further down. He doesn't respond if you offer food or whatnot to him. He just kind of waves it away.
Father of Hedron, then.
Yeah,
Yeah, it said his name's Soren Unsforth. Yep, right. Yep. Sorry.
King Yern looks at you and says, "Are they not one and the same?"
We've seen strange things. Just killed her avatar, but it looked very different than.
Nyanir now kind of walks forward. You keep saying this word. What do you mean, avatar?
This embodiment of the White Witch was different than we've seen in the past.
How?
Cruel and evil looking, carrying a black sword.
She's always been cursed with a touch of Auril, the bitch queen. White hair, white eyes. How else would you see that? We've known since her birth.
Fair.
well,
But there may
Thomas
be.
is going to say, well, didn't you then cause the problem in Alaskan?
Enough from you, Southerner. I cannot hear your tongue.
Why are you insulting them, Tom?
So Mjolnir goes to his king, says, "My king, the Bear Tribe." And the king says, "Yes. This is a season that is upon us. We cannot tarry. The Bear Tribe awaits." And everyone all the Elk Tribe gets up, and even Soren Soren sort of gets himself up as well too.
I'm gonna actually not pick up the food that was knocked out of my hands because it presumably fell to the ground near Soren.
Yep.
I'm gonna hang back and watch the others proceed, and just kind of like when I catch him, if I get a moment, I'll look at Soren. I'll pointedly look at the food and look back at him before turning around and joining the others.
Okay. And then Grim, if you're keeping your eye on him as well, what you see is him. He does pick it up, and then he hangs back from the pack of the tribe that collects behind King Yerend. And he looks at Lex once again and at Store, because you guys seem to be the ones who have kind of taken point here. Then, if you are the champions of the Elk, we should meet King Jungwald.
Your people are ready, King Yerend.
The Elk. Without the sorceries of the White Witch, the bear will be nothing to the Elk. And the whole tribe kind of...
How many are they?
Like maybe 20. And of them, there's about maybe 5 that might have been combat capable. It seems as if many of the warriors fell when the Elk Tribe was taken. King Yerend's putting on a brave face, but like they are in absolutely, especially with having faced members of the Bear Tribe before, in particular those Black Ice Berserkers. They're going to be wheat before the scythe.
During the conversation, Bocho had secured the Bear Tribe guy.
Sure.
He'll use the manacles or rope or whatever that was on King Garen.
Yep, absolutely.
Can maybe use him as a hostage.
He's useless.
Yeah, probably.
How vast are these caves, King Yaren?
Not far. The sacred these have only been opened from the time of Wolfgar, champion of our people.
Lex looks to Store and goes, "Let's end this."
A worthy champion, certainly. King Yaren, your triumphs of your people are your triumphs. But so too are the flaws of your people. I would not hold a person responsible for the color of their hair or the shine of their eyes. I think we need every able-bodied man we can get. And if this man, Soren, would help, I would gladly take it.
Soren, the crowd kind of parts, and you see him at the back, and he's still, slowly putting some food from what Cole had left behind, and kind of looking around. Mjolnir steps forward and says, "No, King! He is cursed! He brings this upon all of us! It's his misdeeds, which led to the curse of Auril, the coming of the White Witch."
And what misdeeds were those, other than siring a daughter?
He spins and shouts at you, "He killed my son!"
Oh, well, maybe no. That's gonna...
I see. So this is personal.
His spawn killed my son!
Oh, his daughter killed your son. Is what I'm hearing.
She is no girl. Evil incarnate. The darkest of the winter.
Alright, so what does it have to do with him? So his sin he had.
How thick are you, Southerners? You don't understand this? You are ignorant of our ways. King, these are no help for us. They are fools. Fools walking in a land that they cannot... And he's just getting more and more and more agitated. And as he does, he's just like frothing at the mouth. Any sort of testing of his logic or whatnot just gets him more and more agitated. You can hear his screams, and his voice is getting more ragged as well too, as emotion is more and more getting away from him.
Looks to King Jarend and says, "We need to get this under control so we can deal with this properly."
Lex is like a Vulcan.
Yeah.
Cola,
Remember,
you have lost family recently.
Oh, I'm really torn here right now, and I'm like, even on the camera, I'm just noticing my jaw is starting to scowl because I'm getting real pissed at this guy.
Yeah.
But he needs a hug. That's what he needs.
Okay.
Lex walks over and puts his hand on his shoulder.
Oh boy.
Get off me! Get off me!
Leaves it there. He holds it. He's like, "We've all lost. I understand."
What is your charisma?
11 billion.
Yes, I like it.
13.
13. Okay, so do you have any modifier to reactions?
Yeah, +1 reaction adjustment.
Okay, nice. So
He point of snark and fortune if that didn't work.
No. He so what happens is you put your hand on him and you can feel like his whole body is trembling with rage and with emotion. And being this close, he's not crying, but his eyes are heavy with tears at this point. And he looks back at you and he says, "It's so much. He takes and takes and takes."
Do we know who he is?
He's putting it all on Soren, it seems.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And let's see here. I think Cola and Lex are probably the ones who have are most familiar with being raised in a community with one or a limited amount of religious leaders. If this man had this much of an axe to grind against this person, however understandable it may be, and he's the spiritual leader of the tribe, imagine how much this has poisoned everyone against Soren.
Yep.
What do you say, Lex?
This is a time when we have to let go and move forward and let that burden that you've been carrying for so long, let it go.
He's looking at you with a wild-eyed look, like a trapped animal trying to find a way out, like a way to bring his rage or his loss, to give it an outlet again. And you realize the king has now walked up next to you, and he places his hand on Mjolnir's shoulder and says, "My friend, with the coming of spring, the ice passes. Perhaps a new season is upon you and all of us." And Mjolnir looks over. His shoulders kind of slump down. You guys have opportunity to say anything if you like.
Oh, sorry. Go Grim. Oh, go Cola. I like it when Cola talks.
Oh, don't put that on me. No. I don't know if this is going to be at all.
Well, I didn't say it was successful. I just said I like it.
I am no southerner, friend. I call these lands home, just as you. My own kin have been the victims of the White Witch and her powers. I too have lost family. I'm going to leave out the little detail of how. She takes, in that you are right. But why visit all of that rage upon one person? And why assume? Don't be so arrogant to assume that you alone have suffered in this way, and that you alone understand what that pain feels like, and that you alone have the right to condemn others because of that pain. I have lost my mother, I have lost my uncle, and now I have lost my home because of this bitch. But this man, and I point to him, to Soren, this man did not create what she became. This man has been betrayed by his daughter, by his kin, just as she betrayed everyone else. I, as a dwarf, as is our way, was forced to account for the actions of my kin. I had to take action to correct what my family had done. Because that is the responsibility that we all bear. So why, if you believe Soren to be at the heart of all of this and to bear the responsibility, why should he not be given the opportunity to correct what you think he has done?
His eyes snap over to you, Cola. He hasn't been watching you for this entire time. He's been listening. And he looks back at the king. He says, "So be it then. My lord, I think this, our friend from the valley, speaks the true path." He looks back at Soren. "If he is intent on rejoining us, he should be given the opportunity. And he should be the one to kill the White Witch." And the look on Soren's face is horror. King Yerend steps forward, and he, in a low voice, so I think Lex can probably hear it, and those of you who are in the immediate things, he says, "My friend," and he kind of grabs both shoulders so that he's forced to sort of look at him, and he says, "What good will more death do?" And he realizes kind of the foolhardiness of this, and he nods his head. And King Yerend steps back and looks over at Soren, and he says, "From this day, Soren Unsfirth, the actions of your daughter and her mistress will no longer fall on your shoulders. You are the Elk, before, now, and into the eternal halls. Come, the Elk would face the bear." And Soren kind of looks nervously at the tribesmen, and as if to sort of like shake them of any kind of lingering misdeeds or whatnot, King Yerend slams that spear against the ground again and barks out, "I have spoken!" And at that, everyone kind of jerks and they start moving forward and help Unfirth forward. Someone hands them the water that they were getting, and they bring them in, and they bring him into the fold. King Yerend looks back at Lex and Kola, and for a very brief moment, just gives kind of the faintest hint of a head nod towards you, as if being grateful for bringing his friend back. And he then claps his hand back on Mainier's shoulder and says, "Then, my friend, we should leave the past. Can we do so and face what is before us. King Yunvald is no weak adversary. We need the strength of all of the elk and the spirits with us. And Mjolnir looks up. I stand ready, my king. We shall dig a grave for Yunvald. And the king nods, looks back at you all. Then,
sorry.
Champions.
Let the elk meet the bear, for as you said, King, spring is coming.
Yeah! They cheer. You guys turn and you start making your way up the incline towards what awaits at Evermelt. Guys, with that, let's take our mid-session break and then refill our beverages and such, and then we will see what happens when you reach Evermelt. So, and then we'll check in with chat as well too. We'll be back momentarily, and we'll see what happens.
10 astonishing fortune for everyone.
Yeah. There will be some great XP bonus for RP today, for sure.
Well, I'd like to mention of Let It Go. Given we're in a frozen and someone's called Olaf.
Oh, no.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Brian, very quick. I see you're in chat there, too. Thank you so much for your donation today to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, too. I just noticed that went through, so thank you, Brian. All right, let's see, everybody. Wayne and Fred, morning, guys. How are you doing? A drunk crayfish. What's going on? Playing on Friday, my 5th level bird turned into a werebat and ran away. That's great. All right. Jason, what's going on? Welcome. Hope your Saturday or Sunday is treating you well. Let's see here. Take the dragon's teeth. Good idea. Definitely a good idea. We have some crafters among us, too. Kev asked Hobbs what he thinks of R.A. Salvatore and the Crystal Shard. Hobbs, you're back in time. Jason wants to know what you think of the Crystal Shard. And
he knows. I just went on a tirade about it not being great literature. and earlier today.
You know, as a guy who wrote it when he was working as a bouncer as his first novel in his 20s, you know, like... And the thing, I'm not sure if you've ever seen him in interviews, but he just seems like one of the nicest fucking guys. And it's like, it's super self-effacing. So like, I don't like the Streams of Silver is where I stopped. I read Crystal Shard back when I was a kid, and then I read, I got partway through Stream of Silver, and it kept feeling like clumsy DMing, where I was just like, and now you find the perfect magic item for you, and now you find the perfect magic item for you, and it's like, so I dropped out of those novels then, but the fact that so many people have loved his work for that long, and he's such a nice dude.
He said happy birthday to me a couple times on Facebook.
Oh, nice!
We used to be Facebook friends, and he'd be like, happy birthday, Dave. I hope you have a great day. I'm like, huh?
Oh, that's super awesome. Yeah.
He said something about one of the characters in one of the books, and I go, seriously, and now we're going to talk about Drizzt, and then I just went off on his tirade.
Drizzt is, that's talk about an early example of fandom rung amok. Is how big that character got. Because at the time, like you hear his story when he was working. I think he was working a marketing job or something, and when he got because this is when they realized the Dragonlance novels were selling quite well. And they were like, okay, we need to get some Forgotten Realms ones out, and all we've got is this map that was hand drawn by what's his name? Not Elmore.
Ed Greenwood.
Ed Greenwood. Yeah. So they faxed it over to him, and then in his conference room, him and a buddy spread the big map out across the wall. Got on the phone with the editor of the line and was like, well, how about this region? And they're like, nope, so and so's writing a novel there. It's like, fuck, all right, well, how about here? And the only place they could find that no one really had claimed was this tiny little, what would become the Icewind Dale. And he's like, I'm gonna do it up here. And then at the time, the Drow were only known for the Queen of the Red Pips. Yeah, like evil things and whatnot too. So, and it just worked out that way.
Did I ever tell you if I've seen that actual map of Forgotten Realms?
Of Greenwood's? No, is it at what's his name's place?
Alex Kammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. He put it out on the table for us.
He seems like a really good dude too. Like, seems like a really nice guy.
You'd think so. He's a lawyer.
Love it. Like him already.
Alex is a good guy. See, that's why you would probably like going to Gamehole Con.
I was gonna go last year. This with fucking quarantine, man.
Yeah,
next time.
You would have loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it for next year, especially with how much 2E we've been playing. I feel like we got.
It's more of a 5e con, really, but there is a large DCC group, and there are obviously some other OSR guys who go there. Awesome. So
cool. No, and I'd like to. I mean, everyone. To be honest, I mean everyone who I have met thus far in the sort of gaming community, who are streamers or game owners or whatever, bloggers or whatnot. Everyone seems pretty great, except for that Jason Hobbs fella. I mean, what a son of a bitch.
Who complains about R.A. Salvatore?
I don't disagree. Like his books are certainly not for me. But fucking good for him to have such incredible success with.
Absolutely. I'm not taking anything away from that. I was just
bitching
at one of my players for no reason. That's really what it comes down to.
Oh man. All right, so guys, what are we doing next year then? I think everyone's back here. And morning, everybody. Hope the weekend is treating you all really, really well. What are we doing next year, guys?
I guess we're running to some big fight with the Bear Tribe.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go challenge them.
Okay. So, you guys...
Garanig, hit it.
Yeah. He'll start chanting when you get close. So basically, like what we would see in the film version is... Evermeld itself is sort of at sort of you're actually going down a fair distance. It's near the facing of the glacier, and at the peak of a huge amount of moraine. So like it's the glacial push forward stuff, the stuff that's being the earth and stone and whatnot that's been over the centuries pushed forward by the Ragged Glacier, and it's all piled up to this one point. And in amongst that collected stuff, there is a region where it melts and it collects in this pool for some reason, no doubt a magical reason. But there's a small community that's built around there too, with a bunch of tents, like hide and wooden tents that were built ages ago. Oh yeah, you need a walk-on tune. Let's do this here. Here we go. I don't know if I updated. When was the last time I updated this stuff here? Oh, here we go. This one will be good for you. Which one am I? There we go. Don't need that. There you go.
Sorry, I was a bit muted there.
No problem.
So, Grim, can you do magic dancing lights so we can have like the fairy lights when they track across the
Okay. So you guys start chanting with, and the Elk Tribesmen, with King Yaren's prompting, they begin sort of like chanting and beating along with Garnig's song as well too. So it's from this, you can picture that there is a small, like a pond effectively, with steam coming off of it into the frozen air. There are, on the left side of this, if we're facing the cave entrance here, there are a collection of Viking-style buildings that have been built up over the years to honor this holy place to the Ragged Tribes. And we hear the sound of Garnig's voice above everything else, but a choir, as it were, of the other Ragged Tribesmen who are cheering and going along with this. Which among your characters are singing along?
Tom will beat time against the shield.
Okay.
I'll sing along for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've certainly worked in the caravan long enough. You know, like the road songs and stuff like that. Oh, Kola and Lex and Grim, which you guys are too cool for school, and which you guys are singing along.
Oh no!
I think that
Grim's doing the emo thing where he's just bopping his head up and down like this, like.
I think Kola, much like his player in real life, had better not sing for everyone.
I think what you are feeling, though, in your chest, Kola, is the stirring. I mean, if anything sounds close to a battle hymn for Clangadin.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think Kola would probably be like doing a low guttural humming along. So he's thinking like, I'll bring the bass.
Yeah. Okay. And
Lex? I think Lex was initially kind of like just impressed by what was happening, and then just kind of keeping to himself, and then kind of slowly maybe joining in at a lower level.
Sure. So, when you guys finally reach the mouth of the cave and you make your way out, you are shocked at what you see.
I mean, you build it up.
Arrayed before you is nothing. You steam out, you come, running out of the cave. There are signs of a hasty retreat and a hasty exit. But there is no one here.
Well, that was unexpected.
King Yaren kind of looks around and says, says to you, Lex, do they wait in ambush then?
I don't know.
I'll go look around for tracks and stuff to see if we missed something.
Sure.
But...
what King Yaren, while you're sort of looking on the ground, he steps forward and he just yells out, Gunvald! And it whoa, echoes out among. Oh, you don't need to make a roll for this, Lex. This is going to be what you find are some bodies of the. When you first come around, you come across the body of a couple of bear tribesmen, or tribesfolk, just based on the markings on them. You also can find the body riddled with weapons, like weapon wounds. The body of a berserker. And its savage, crude black ice axe laying near where it has fallen. Yerund waits for the reply. And he looks back at you, Sor, kind of perplexed. Did they flee?
Perhaps. I feel they have no backbone for everything that they have already lost as well. Perhaps the witch calls to them. I'm not sure, but either way, I believe the day is yours, King.
He shakes his head. No. The day is ours. And Mjolnir, almost seemingly caught up in the kind of the moment, he says, "The Elk Tribe is triumphant!" And the whole tribe is, yeah! Searching the rest of this carefully around too, you guys find evidence of a very hasty retreat. There is more sign of violence that you come across, Lex. Seemingly internecine violence between members of the Bear Tribe. But no one else.
How recent?
Oh,
how recent is this?
Within the last couple of hours. The time between when you guys defeated them and when you finally made your way up here, it seems as if the Bear Tribe has been busy.
Too bad we left this guy down there for his buddies.
Yeah.
Or are we taking him along? I can't remember.
You brought him. No, I think you guys brought him with you.
Oh, okay, good.
So do we think this is...
Buddies maybe win. He might know.
Thomas wonders whether this is what happened when we dispersed the Avatar. Maybe something happened, and maybe people who were deeper in fought the ones who'd come out of it, or vice versa.
Mjolnir turns to you again and says, "You keep saying Avatar. How do you know?"
Well, maybe we're using Southern language. How to explain the concept of
a herald of Auril.
I know that she is a herald. You say Avatar, and he probably translates it in a Luskan. It would be like totem. The manifested totemic spirit of Auril.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we think it is. She has become her, and her has become she.
Yes, it is.
Bear mockeries. Was she accompanied by a wreath of snow? One thing you guys have not mentioned to him thus far is what she looked like when you faced her.
Well, actually, Lex did try to mention that about how she would look differently than we had seen in the past.
How so?
Her skin seemed of ice. She wielded a long black blade, way heavier than anything a woman of her size should be able to use. She's no longer human.
Or at least what we defeated wasn't.
Yeah,
Perhaps
Thomas will agree. Effectively, by Avatar, we mean an aspect of a force or a god that is walking on the earth, and it appears to have taken over the initial young woman. So maybe there might be something there left, or she could just be a husk powered by...
To invite the power of a god of such magnitude into oneself is to cage a mammoth with twigs. If she is changing, it is Auril, the bitch queen, who appears. The witch, the white winter, will grow only worse the more she appears.
And when we defeated her last and the time before, she crumbled into a pile of snow. It wasn't bone and flesh that dropped to the ground. So we need to find the source.
Yes.
to find and just feed it.
Though godly and powerful she may be growing, she is also cursed with mortal flesh.
That's it.
But where? Where would she hide?
I have an idea.
She gestures at the region. Her power here is broken. For now. But
Across
where?
the Atlantic Sea.
Have you heard tales of a black tower?
Yes.
Wolfgar and his allies stood against one, and a tower of crystal.
Yes.
A black tower. A black tower I have not.
That's what we think.
Sorry, Andrew, I think, or Andrew, Brandon, you were saying something that I think was cut out because I was yapping. What did you say?
Oh no, I was basically saying what Lex says. There's a tower across the sea and an ice flow we saw visions of.
To the north.
Yes.
And he looks at King Yerund. There are those who had dominion over the trackless sea in ages past, before our tribes came. The Jotun.
The Jotun.
It's said that their place of power was found. Massive long ships, 3 times the size of men, sailed through those iceberg-filled, frigid waters and brought reaving to all. Though it has been lost, only those dead would know where to find such a place. If that place of power exists, then as with the stolen power here in Evermelt, maybe the White Witch steals even older magics.
Quite possibly.
But the Jotun have fallen. The frost giants who lurk in these lands are more akin to ragged bandits than the kings of the earth they once were. Only the dead know. Though the dead at times speak. And Mjolnir seems as if he's like calculating something. And he looks over, his eyes sort of snap to you, Kola. Your people once spoke to the Jotun. It is said that there is a place of the past kings, the lost leaders of the Jotun. It's said that your people know where to go and speak to them.
Does it ring a bell, Kola?
I don't know. Does it?
I mean, you're not really, you're not
Andrew
a priest. Yeah, no, you're, well, I mean, also, so Kola is a priest of Clanget and Silverbeard. God of battle. That's probably not someone who would be terribly concerned with the particulars of history. Unless...
No, but I have recently come to start to know of another of the Dwarven Pantheon who may be far more interested in these things. And Beranor Trusover may be someone, may be a god that... and I would know people who are connected to her, the Thane anyway.
Berenar is most certainly a goddess of hearth and home, but
There's another one that we met. Didn't we meet somebody while you were in prison, Kola?
The secret guy.
yeah,
The Keeper of Secrets who
This guy.
Adra,
Forgot about it.
and It's said that the sea of trackless ice cannot be navigated by any save those who were there when it was fresh and young, or with the blessings of Auril. If you speak to the dead, the past kings of the Jotun, they may tell you of their place of power. And the king says, and if she has not selected this place, Mjolnir looks and says, then they will die in the cold and the ice.
I do.
Bobbing for XP.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I'll save you time. There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there.
Dragon Bone.
Wolfgar was there a century ago and faced icing death and took his horde. And it was split amongst him and Regis and he was like, there's a whole book about it. We were talking about it earlier.
The equivalent of that moment in
If you want to sit in envy, just skip to the last chapters. It'll tell you everything you missed.
Well, the water you said was warm, so maybe we're just like a hot spring down there. You know, it's a nice frozen swim.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. There is nothing else to be retrieved from Icing Death's lair, unfortunately.
So
Can we
it's a long.
Grim and
Go ahead.
Tom get cold anyways?
So it's a long way to the Elk Tribe's regular stomping grounds, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at the map again, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go to the map.
Let's go to the big board, guys. Chuck, what's our weather forecast looking like for the Icewind Dale?
What you're talking about? It's a beautiful day in your neighborhood.
Okay, so, guys, where you are currently is, let me move your tokens down here, is right over here. Yeah, there you go. The Sea of Trackless Ice is about 50 miles, or starts at least 50 miles away, but it goes out for a huge, huge distance. Bryn Shander, by comparison, is about here. This is right between the things, and then the towns are located up the sides of the different
Lakes.
Yeah.
But the dwarves might know where to go.
Yeah, I think we need to pay a visit to the dwarfs. We should call those griffins back, and then we can hitch another ride back to.
Well, I think what we should do is, like, there's a bit of a camp here that we could use. I'm sure, like you said, there were some flapping tents and all that.
Yep.
Obviously, the elk guys need to rest up. Most of us need to rest up. So it's relatively decent here. We could definitely send message to the griffins, but we could also, rest here with these guys and see what they have in mind.
Yeah.
And if
Falcarel and his hawk are not here, so we'll be unavailable to send message to the griffins.
Unless someone else has message or prepares it.
Message is a spell that you cast on an animal that you can control or.
I think you can.
it doesn't have to be an animal,
Yeah, if you can find an. Let's see here.
but I think it's closer than where they are from us.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a pet necessarily, from what I recall. But let's see.
Can
See
it
this
be like
closest.
a random animal?
Store casts message on Grim and says, "Hey, hike back there quick and go get those griffins."
I mean, setting up here for a night wouldn't hurt. I got some spells I need to recover, and
That's
or a
okay.
couple nights, or
and we could start a fire, and I can make some more food, and we can, get to know our new friends and
Yeah.
get a couple charts on the
So
way.
messenger is a second level from the animal sphere. So long as the priest has access to the animal sphere in a minor way, then you can send that up to 1 day, like for 1 day's travel per level. You don't need to have, you would need to find an animal to bring the message for you, but I mean, like, you don't need to necessarily, have it be your pet. It would help if it was asshole, because, that would, I think, be asshole's time to shine as the as the falcon, but it's certainly not necessary. Now,
you just need to have access to the animal sphere.
Do allegors? I don't know. So let's see here.
Minor, charm, creation, divination, elemental, earth, healing, necromantic, traveler's wards, all combat, guardian, law, protection, sun, and war. Nope.
Okay. Oh, but you know who would? Is Jellicoe.
Jellicoe, because she's a druid.
3rd level druid, yeah. It would only be 3 days, but I mean, like, to get the message to Sky Tower Shelter, that certainly wouldn't take you that long. Well, what are you guys thinking of doing next then?
I think we're talking about going to see the dwarves and heading into the never-ending sea of ice and find this black tower.
I agree.
I mean, how sure are we that the bear tribe is dealt with?
Well, they're certainly routed for now.
Right, I suppose. We don't necessarily know, like, to what end. We don't know how many of them survived whatever this was. We don't know if their king yet lives.
Sure, we do. We have a captive from the bear tribe.
Yeah.
I mean, does it matter?
Does the captive know where they might have gone? We ever established that?
If you ask him, I don't think he. Let's see how well the interrogation goes. Who's got the best charisma score? Oh, it's Store, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your plus? Your reaction modifier is pretty crazy, right?
Hey guys, can we have a party loot truth serum?
I'm looking. Sorry.
We have a potion of truth.
Is this? But I mean,
that's right. We get the potion of truth. That's right.
What? I don't understand why we care where the bear tribe is.
Well, I would prefer to take care of them and finish this.
Well, I mean, we don't even know if they're evil anymore.
Well, we established that then.
I don't see the point, is what I'm saying. Why would we want to waste something like this on that? We just move on. I mean, they're just another tribe in the tundra, right? Really? Why are we?
Osten cares, I presumably, right?
I don't know. Does he? I guess that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if it's his father.
So he was not. He did not seem super keen to face his father at the best of times. Anyway, I think what his response would be, what is it specifically you guys are asking him? Like that does he personally want to pursue the bear tribe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we could ask him that.
I see that my own heart is conflicted. What I desire, I feel, would complicate our deliberations. Where we go and the foe we must face. My path began on a way to liberate my people from the White Witch. And if she remains a threat, then she must be defeated. My conflict with my father, the rightful king of the Bear Tribe, is a war for me to wage.
All right.
Yeah, I'm with Hobbs, I think.
All right,
Unless we're really worried about the bear coming and like somehow stabbing us in the back, like not stabbing us back, but like getting in the way again. But it seems like if they're routed, they're going to be trying to like figure their shit out for a while.
Also, if they, if we're going to someplace in the ice flow, they're not going to be getting in our way there. So,
yeah, it'll be the tundra and the northern things. None of the Ragged tribes make use of like longships or kayaks or anything like that to raid the waters. So at least none of the major tribes you guys deal with. If the bear has been routed, what also may happen as well too, that remember that the bear subjugated the other tribes as well too. So there may be what King Yerund would likely be able to tell you is that they're the bending of the knee by the wolf and the tiger would certainly not have been a welcome or a voluntary thing. If they saw weakness in King Yunvald, they may break with him.
Well, and that's kind of the thought that the only consideration I'm having here of why we might do one or the other is that part of our goal was to try to solve the problems in the division of the tribes to try to gain allies. It's very unlikely that the Bear tribe is going to be able to be turned over to our side. It's kind of a miracle we've managed to break their ties at all. The other two tribes, however, maybe there's some room there for to get the tiger and the wolf tribe. You said,
yep.
We're looking for allies to potentially stand up against the White Witch and the Bear tribe. We don't know what she has left for resources. So,
and if she indeed is on this island, they're not going to be much use to us, as we established. They don't have boats, so.
Mo, go ahead.
Don't forget, we actually helped some refugees of the Elk Tribe. I mean, obviously, those are potential allies.
They're among the dwarves too, aren't they? I think you guys left them among the dwarves in the keeping of the valley.
And there's only 4 of them, though.
Oh, I thought you were talking about these 20.
Yeah, there were 2.
Yeah, there was 5 people. One of them came with us to be our.
Oh right, I thought there were more. Oh, go on. Tom's other thought is maybe these big longships are sort of memories or come from the ages past. All these flying cities that we've been exploring that fell. Maybe these longships are from that era.
Would I know from my ancient history whether the Jotun and the Netherese were contemporaries, or?
I think you would know that the Jotun are. Oh, you know what? Let me double check this quickly. With.
We're off to the Dwarven Valley.
Grand History of the Realms. I'll double check. I'm fairly certain that the Jotun are well before the
Yes.
the Netherese.
What page are we going to, Kev?
No, nice. Oh, you got the hardback. That's awesome. I just got a POD one.
Netheril at its height. Page 32. Oh, I probably shouldn't be looking at that. Giant map of Netheril and all the names of the cities.
Yeah, well before. The time of the Jotun is going to be like 24,000 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they might have something that lets us get there, but we've got griffins too that let us get there, theoretically.
Well, that's the other thought.
Yeah. I mean, it would be pretty cool to attack her with a flying city. I got to admit, that'd be cool.
We could drive a flying city into her tower.
Yeah. That's just the end of the game. It's just like kids.
I'm imagining it's like Battlestar Galactica when Adama gives this is a nuclear fire order, set condition 1 throughout the city.
I was talking with the guys yesterday about rereading a bunch of old Warren Ellis stuff, and there's one of the first issues of the Authority. One of the characters uses their enormous, like, city-sized spaceship to attack the villain, and rather than like punch the guy and whatever else, he just had the ship appear and drive through his tower. So it's pretty great. Okay, so then what are you thinking then, guys? I guess like what King Urine wants to know is where his people. How like you've said you saw some of them, the survivors. Did they tell you where the others have gone? Others fled, and we cannot be the only survivors of the tribe.
Let him know the passing of his guide on the barren tundra.
Oh yeah, how did he die? Oh, the Periton. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a handful that we encountered to the edge, on the edge of the Dwarven Valley. They were going in. We actually didn't we speak to the dwarves about letting them in? I think we did.
I think so.
The dwarves
and then,
have opened their valley to my people.
Some, yes.
The Dane there is an ally then.
He is an ally of ours.
Then, where does he fall in the struggle with the White Witch?
He would see her ruined. He would see her influence over this dale lifted forever. He would see a return to peace and cooperation between the peoples of this land.
Mjolnir kind of leans forward and says, of old, Wolfgar was allied to their kin, under their king, Brunor. And King Yerent nods. The return of a crystal tower, the return of a threat from the north, perhaps an allegiance of the elk and the axe is what is needed.
This would be very welcome news in the halls of the valley.
If they would welcome us as friends, the valley could be where my people, where they grow their strength again.
This may be possible. I think it's important, and I can tell the story perhaps over a meal later, but the dwarves also have their own troubles that they've been dealing with. And that is not to say that any of that makes what you're proposing impossible.
More of the White Witch?
No. The troubles arose from remnants of black crystal that corrupted souls.
You need not tell us the trouble of black ice.
Yes.
Cola.
And they are dealing with the fallout from all of that. There was the dwarves were on the cusp of a civil war before they were brought back from the brink, and the black ice.
And the black ice set the dwarves on each other as the Ragged.
Aye.
Where else then? The 10 towns. Is this the reason they turn against our people?
That's what we believe.
Well, don't we believe it's Luskan influence, the 10 towns?
No, that's true.
There's an asshole in power of the 10 towns, too. That's another problem.
I've often said that I think it's all connected. It all works for the White Witch. It causes all of the 10 towns to fight itself, making it ripe for the witch's takeover.
The 10 towns? The 10 towns stand against the dwarves and us?
Yeah, kind of.
There is not outright war between these peoples, but the 10 towns are posturing against the dwarves.
The 10 towns have of late demonstrated that they are no friends of their elk. If it was not for you, Hedron? No, what's his name?
Hangar.
Hangar
Yes,
would be dead. Frozen. If the dwarves are both friends to the elk and foe to the 10 towns, then we will stand with them.
It is our hope that it is not yet too late to mend ties between the 10 towns and the dwarves, but this is no easy task.
How would you do that?
That I don't know yet.
Probably kill the White Witch and then kill the assholes in charge of Brinchanda, the speaker.
I mean, Grim.
That's
for the direct
basically my plan. Well, I don't hear any
King
objections.
Urn kind of looks confused and looks at Mjolnir and says, I did not think they embraced trial by combat as we do.
That's why you gotta be sneaky about it.
Could someone get Grim out of here?
Grim's
just
hitting
being a
the
little
ribs
more-
and, oh, Jesus.
No,
it's
you're
not like we're
a
not.
little more direct than would actually happen.
Politics, Grim.
10 towns is a political problem. We're not going to go in and murder everyone. But
No.
That's
Towns
why.
need to be influenced.
Cole, have
So
you tried murdering their mom? No?
Wow. Wow.
ouch.
I believe our path lies together, and we head to the Dwarven Vale, their king.
You said you had allies, and the Goliaths kind of say, there are. If this is maybe Gernig, who's been listening to all of this, and he says to you guys, I think, not to everyone, but he pulls probably Store aside and says, the threat of the White Witch will only grow more dire if given time to take root. The bear may be defeated now, but they will marshal their strengths. They walk these lands as we do our peaks. They know them, they live in them, and they thrive. If there is something to be gained, knowledge, from the dwarves, you should travel with great haste. And I think Bocho will kind of say, there is no faster route than Griffin.
That's right.
Not in the Dale. And he nods, and Bocho steps forward and says, I will speak to my people, and if what Brother Gernig says, you must, with haste, make to the Dwarven Valley. These people were in your charge. They remain in ours. We will keep them safe on the long march to the Dwarven Valley. But if you would take our aid, we will see you there without the delay.
Lex clasps Ocho in a warrior's grip, and says, you're an honorable friend.
Indeed. It leaves then Ostin. If you guys, I'll leave you guys to talk about this before you make a decision. But what they're basically offering is that they will transport you by Griffin to the Dwarven Valley. And
Nice.
traveling by dwarf. You guys don't climb on dwarves. Let's go!
This is much faster.
The valley itself, where are we here? Is, let's see, 41 miles away. Let's see how fast a griffin goes. That's a day and a half of travel by Griffin.
Oh.
So as opposed to the weeks and weeks that you spent making your way across. Oh, you guys want to answer? So Andrew asked, are we sure the 2 Goliath tribes have buried the hatchet?
Yeah, I think so. Forgetting, honestly.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like this, mate.
All right. I just don't want to be like going all the way to the other side of the map again if we still need to make sure that they're buddies.
Yeah, we're not random encountering it back over to here.
They may start getting less cool about with us if we keep killing off their members on our little adventures, though.
They may not like you, Grim.
I think they're fine with Grim. It's Brandon they don't like.
Yeah, they would.
Like they died valiantly fighting the White Witch, and one died valiantly feeding the Spirit of Hunger. Those are honorable deaths that the Goliath.
I would agree.
So then, you need only send the message. Then Jellicoe can send word back with her magic to Sky Tower Shelter and have them return here rather than your prearranged meeting point. Is there anything that you left in your supply cache there that you guys need to recover?
Alehead.
Yeah.
No. You didn't bring the supply cache on the glacier. Remember, you left.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, unless you buried an elk. No, you're fine.
Yeah,
Is
I
Alehead
have some
at
stuff.
Sky Tower Shelter?
Say again?
Dwarven Ram.
Yeah, is Alehead at Sky Tower Shelter?
Yeah, all the rams are at Sky Tower Shelter right now.
Yeah, please bring them back. But
I mean,
not by Griffin.
what they could do is one of the Goliaths. If you, I mean, I guess in theory, what you could do is send word to Sky Tower Shelter and ask either Goliaths from there or those from Wormdoom Crag to bring the. It's been centuries since they've had direct contact with the Dwarven Valley, but I mean, you guys have proven yourselves allies and champions by defeating Tekeli Lee. I think that they would be willing to do that. It would take them quite some time, but
what if they just met us at like the confluence of the rivers here somewhere? Not us, but the those that are going to travel on to the Dwarven Valley. They could even just bring the rams and food down to meet at the rivers. The Elk Tribe could, with the other Goliaths, could meet there. They could use the rams as animals for packs from firewood and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think if there is a conflict to come with the White Witch's forces too, I think they would happily accompany the Ragged down there too. It won't be the full tribe, but some of their warriors from both Sky Tower Shelter and Wormdoom Crag would march with them. So you guys could have effectively a force of Ragged tribesmen and Goliaths there.
Yeah, we're gathering our army.
All right.
I look to Austin. Friend Austin, and what say you? What is your plan?
He kind of leans over, and he's in his bear man form that he normally, wears. And he's staring at the fire and says that, and this is, away from the, he's sitting away from everyone because he's not a member of the Elk Tribe, and they still have that superstition about his affliction as well. He says, though these folk of the elk may fear me, they have reason. The predations of my people, though under the sway of the White Witch, have been decimating to these people. Though I live not with them, I am of the bear. The blood on their claws is on mine as well. And he brings his big paw up as he looks at it. I know not what my father and his kind plan. The mind of the White Witch has not been easily deterred. If the elk are at risk of my people, then my bloody claws will stand against those of my kind. I would travel with the elk and keep them safe from the bear. What of you, Kola? Exiled from your people, would you return to your kin so soon? Or will you walk with me?
NPC time, Andrew. Just kidding.
I feel I can never truly return home. Not really. Even if I return with these others to help facilitate discussions and next plans, I will not be able to stay in the valley beyond the purpose of that visit. I fear, one way or another, Austin, my path is not dissimilar to your own. But if I am hearing you correctly, at least it wouldn't be too bad to not be alone on that path.
Then do you... This is
What
Kev
was the
asking.
answer?
Yeah,
What was the answer?
I'm answering by not answering. That was deliberate.
I mean, maybe Kola may not know as of this night, right?
Cola's not... I had not anticipated a return right now, and I know not what I want to do. I don't even know what I will be allowed or not to do. For now, I think I would say that if my path leads me away from my people again, out here in the wilderness, then I should be grateful for the company.
Then so this is Kev asking again. Your intent is to travel with the party? Or...
So for the time being, my intent is to travel with the party back to the valley.
Okay. Then
beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah, so then what Osen kind of, you see his big bear head nodding up and down. We shall see one another again, whether in the valley or elsewhere. The spirits tell me. Let us enjoy the evening and the company, and leave with hearts full for the tasks ahead, for I fear those burdens may grow heavier. So this most definitely counts as another evening for you to get a charge back on the ring.
Yay.
What is everyone else doing with this evening? There's not really, there's definitely a feeling of relief among the elk, but it's not by any means a celebration. The uncertainty of what's happened with the bear tribe and with the and the White Witch. I mean, they're more interested in keeping watch and making sure that they're not attacked in the night, and that this wasn't some elaborate ruse. Where did you leave Southpaw last time?
It's at the top of the glacier entrance to the hole down.
Sure. I think that, like, even you maybe are, like, you know, packing things up and whatnot, and you hear, you know, at the edge of the the edge of the buildings, and you hear kind of a whine, you know, from off in the darkness, and you look over and you can easily see Southpaw with his or her tail flapping back and forth, and she comes trotting forward. It comes trotting forward. I keep saying she because I've got a female dog. But I can't remember if we said whether Southpaw was a male or female dog or a wolf.
I don't think we determined, but we'll just go with female.
Yeah, okay, sure. That will lead to me screwing up her gender or her sex less. So she comes trotting forward, you know, tail wagging, and sits before you. You know, and you give her a big scritch on the fur, and follows you wherever you go in camp. What about Tom, Grim, and Store? Grim, you have you know, examined. I'm assuming that much of your time is spent ensuring that you find every last possible thing in the dragon's lair.
Well, I mean, if I've got time, there's some scroll transcription I wouldn't mind doing, but
probably not if you're looking for treasure. Just knowing how you've been playing the character, there's a lot of every inch and whatnot of the thing. What about Store and Tom?
Go ahead, Tom.
Well, Tom's up for helping Grim if we're searching for any treasure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two. I picture that, like, Tom gets sort of bamboozled into, like, well, you're wet already, so you go. No, you go down again. How, you looked over there?
Yeah.
Look over there again. So.
I'm up for it. Obviously, I'll take the heavy armor off.
Yeah. Might want to do that.
Awesome. Okay, so Tom and Grim do a little what do you call it? Subsurface exploring. Dave, what were you saying?
I would say, do you guys want to go up and get our ropes back? Hanging from the top of the cavern.
I mean, I think the rope extended about 20 feet above the surface, so I mean,
We'd have to go to the top.
Yeah, Tom has proven himself quite the you know, acrobat. He could take a bunch of running starts and try and grab the rope.
I was thinking we go back up toward the top because we had to go up to get our stash, which was probably up to the top.
Yeah,
of the
I don't think there's certainly not an easy way. You would have to scale the face of the glacier, or the cliff, the cliff face, I guess, of the glacier in order to get up top there. And if Tom is the only one getting wet, Tom's going to need time to dry. What about Store? What is Store up to today?
Does Cola have a spell that keeps me from getting cold?
Yeah, I can cast Aura of Comfort on you.
Then I'll just. How long does that last? 8 hours or something, or hour
Yes,
per level?
like an hour per level. So yes, like 6 hours.
Okay.
So if Cola casts that on Lex, he'll just arachnid cloak up the side of the glacier to go get our stuff.
Absolutely. So yeah, you'll recover all that stuff. Store, what is he doing with his evening?
I think Store is gathering information and trying to pick up spirits for all of the Elk Tribe and the Goliaths that are with us, because I'm getting the impression that maybe they're not going to continue on with us either.
No,
right? Is that accurate?
What their offer is that if you guys are going to travel ahead faster, they'll keep these people safe. So
okay, so we won't have any NPCs anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's one thing. So he's going to go around and talk to them about the loss of the Goliaths that we've lost, and thank them for helping us as far as we've gotten. And then maybe even if there's time after he talks to maybe meeting every person from the Elk Tribe, speaking to the girl's daughter, the White Witch's father, and maybe talking to him about her and maybe helping him understand that maybe her time has passed.
Well, let's
and
do
if
that.
not, I also maybe want to see this one thing.
Yep.
I want to see if I can learn anything about her that if we do have to fight her, that maybe we can try to regain her humanity, or if necessary, use it against her.
Okay. So he is welcomed in the tribe now too. He's not shunned the way he was, but he's certainly, like, for someone who has been shunned by a tribe but still part of it, and someone who obviously, is feeling a personal loss as well too, as far as his daughter is concerned. It's, not to trivialize, like, real life stuff by any means, but I mean, I imagine it's like, imagine being the parent of someone who's a murderer, right? Mm-hmm. That's a heck of a lot of complex and conflicting emotions to deal with at once. And though he is welcomed back, he's still clearly, like, there's Mjolnir obviously is a broken man, and Soren is no different. These are two fathers who have effectively lost children. So if you how do you approach Soren? I mean, you were super charming too, so.
Yeah. So I think he would approach him maybe as more of like a soldierly companion, I suppose. And just say, because he's obviously already been seen going to all the different people, talking to them.
Yep.
And so it's not unusual that he would come to him as well. Sure. And then basically just say, maybe start with a story about a young guy who was on a caravan with him and then was lost, and kind of chuckle about what he remembered about this, or try to make a good memory out of a lost person to try and get him maybe to open up about memories of
so how do you say that? Like, he when you approach him, he's said he's got like 1,000-yard stare staring into the food. If you greet him the way you were everyone else, he acknowledges your presence and weakly puts up a smile, but it seems pained and forced.
Right. So what I would do is that or what Store would do, however you want to do it, I guess, would sit at the fire as well and maybe stare into it for a few minutes, and then start talking about young Dave and how Dave was lost during the caravan, and how Dave was such a good good lad, and the one time how he was always trying to tell everyone what they should do with their food and Band-Aids when they were taking care of each other, and how one funny anecdote happened, and then maybe move on to say, I can see that I know that you have lost as well. Do you have any memories you would share?
You can read from his face that he has clearly, there's unseen weights that are being carried by this fellow, but he just shakes his head and says, no. He doesn't like dismiss you or anything like that. He still seems staring off, but I mean, it doesn't seem as if telling him that someone died and.
Well, it was like Dave was a close companion of Store's. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, I think the loss of a close companion maybe doesn't.
Not your daughter, right? But I would say that I know it's not a daughter.
Yeah.
But it's the closest I have.
Sure. So this doesn't. I mean, that's not. What I'm thinking of out of character is like, and I rolled for the reaction as well too to get a sense of how he's going to react to this. And you've got that great bonus. If you have, and again, I don't mean to trivialize real world stuff here, but if say you had a family member who was diagnosed with cancer, and someone's saying, "Oh, I know what you're going through. My dog had cancer." And it's like, okay, well,
I don't think that's the same.
That's true, and I understand that, but that's not the same thing we're talking about here. And you saying a buddy of mine got lost, that's not a direct parallel to what this guy's gone through.
No, exactly. What I'm not saying that it is. What
Yeah.
I am saying is that I can't relate to you exactly, but I do know what has helped me get over it in the past, and I was only trying to open the door for you to do as well.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem to be succeeding. I don't think that. For what it seems is as if, that he's not angry with you. He's not reacting in any other way, but that's not helping at all for him.
All right.
You want to try something else?
I'm good. What's he? I mean, he's just to store, not to not metagaming. It just seems like, all right, well, he's not ready yet. So that's what he would feel like, I think.
Again, like, there are other ways of empathizing with people other than trying to contextualize it in your own personal experience, and that's what.
Oh, sure.
Right. So that's what Store's done thus far, is just say, hey, I know what you're going through because here's something kind of similar to what you're going through. There are other ways.
Multiple times I've said it. I don't know what you're going through.
Yep.
I don't. I'm not saying.
However, if that sentence then goes to a but, and then here's my experience, then you've invalidated whatever you said before.
I don't agree with you, but that's fine. So
that's okay. You can be wrong.
Right. We all can.
Does Store want to try? Like, again, like, he's not, definitely the door's not closed here with him. If you've got another approach you want to try, I'll make another roll for it. It's just this one doesn't seem to be finding purchase with him.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm good.
Okay. So Store finishes. So this guy doesn't seem keen on at least not opening up at this point.
Right.
Okay. So then Lex recovers the goods. Brandon, I know it's not what you're drinking, but every time I see it, it looks like you're like swigging Jack Daniels.
It should be.
I see the blood.
Brandon, are you okay, buddy? Are you all right?
Okay.
Whatever gets you through a Sunday afternoon, buddy.
Maybe next time I'll put it in a Jack Daniels bottle. So.
Oh, no.
All right. So then, is there anything else that's going to happen this evening before Joliku is going to send the message tomorrow morning, and then it'll be later in the day when it returns. Tom and Grim come back an unsuccessful treasure hunt. It's the Icewind Dale equivalent of Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser come back.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful. Nothing else that you found in there too. If you do choose, so you could try and take a dragon's tooth. The claws are still found. The claws are out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they did get Tom last time. You just need to give me a Ben Bar's Lift Gates check to get free, because it's dragon bone that you're trying to snap.
I have a bend bars of 20%.
Okay, here we go.
Pretty decent.
I have a good feeling. Turns out that was wrong. I was just hungry.
A good feeling that this guy will have his claws next time he gets raised.
Yeah. So, then, guys, anything else you wish to do before we call it a session?
Just to be clear, when are we getting that cash?
Just to be clear, there's no treasure. Not any.
No, I mean the cash left on the glacier. I'm kind of concerned about.
Oh yeah, that's what you guys can tell me. I'm not sure what I thought it was just supplies, and and that's it that was left there. You guys left other parts of your.
I left a few books up there. I wouldn't mind getting back. I just didn't want to carry them into
You left books?
Yeah.
You deserve them.
Lex comes back. I didn't
say that.
Lex comes back. I didn't see any books. Lex comes back. I got a rope, but I didn't see any books. What are you talking about?
Well, the cache is like a mile away across the glacier too, right? And there's at least one of those what do you call it? The snow skates still out there. Remember how much fun those were?
We'll kill us.
What they can do is, if or when the Griffins get here, then they can actually take you over there. So what happens? the next day, you guys send off. Is there anything you want to happen in that day of kind of hanging around camp? When you send message?
I'll probably do what I can to see to the refugees, the wounded.
Okay.
Try to help them out.
Are they actually wounded, or are they just like tired and beat up?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever I can do.
Hangar is awake the next day too.
Do we recover hit points?
You do. Everyone recovers. And you actually there are. Mjolnir has both herbalism and what do you call it? Healing. So you guys would heal 3. So does Cola, for that matter.
I mean, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What am I, Chubb?
So used to getting 1.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you guys recover some hit points as well too. Hangar will come now. I forget, was it Lex or was it Arlen's character that had like first approached him and talked to him and such, and got him free?
Oh,
it was Lex who got Hangar free.
Okay. I can't remember if it was Gorwin or if it was him. So then he would come over to you, Lex. And Store, didn't you talk to him as well?
Oh, I think, yeah, for sure we talked, especially right before we broke off and he was going to get his tribe and we were headed to the dwarves.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant free from the ice pillar.
No. Yeah, it's when he was being tied up in Bryn Shander.
Falcaro was very about that as well.
Okay, so then he will. Yeah, I mean, Hangar will be very, very grateful to all of you. He apologizes for not, meeting you back at the Dwarven Valley. He was taken. By the Bear Tribe and has been in captivity ever since. But you kept your word, all of you. You freed my people. As King Hangar or King Yerund has said, you are forever friends to the Elk. He understands you guys are going to the Dwarven Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And then to where? To face the White Witch?
That's the idea.
Hopefully. Do you know? Because isn't his mainlands way up there in the frozen tundra area up there, the lake of water or something?
Which
I thought that's what we had said, that the Elk Tribe, him and his people were up from this area.
Yeah, in sort of the north over here, in the tundra,
oh, okay.
they all the different ragged tribes sort of range all over things north of Kelvin's Cairn.
Has he heard of where the Black Spire might be, or?
He does not know. He's got no. If it's in the Sea of Trackless Ice, like it has that name for a reason. It's just full of glaciers and freezes up over the things. Although, if you guys mention Mjolnir's observations about them being the land of the Jotun, then he agrees. Like it's the legends say that in time of old, that's where they came from. That's where the Jotun came from. So. The following day is when so you guys can feel free to cast any spells you need to bring hit points back up and such. Let me bring your characters up here, guys.
I wanted to try to transcribe an invisibility scroll, so I'm going to make a check for that, see if I can.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, guess I can't. 79.
Oh,
so
shit.
75 is...
Oh, is that not good enough for you?
I need 75, or 75%. Yeah.
Okay. Well, not from this source, at least. So,
yeah.
There's Colin, Lex, and Tom. Here we go. Okay.
I've got a few other scrolls in my possession.
You guys are pretty good for hit points right now, so it's not like you guys really, need a huge amount of rest. Store, Grim, go, and Cola. Awesome. All right, so, it is later that day when the griffins arrive. And one of the faces that you see leading kind of the flock in on the top of a griffin is what's his name? Rockfist is the chieftain of the Akhenathi tribe. And Arn Akhenathi, greets Bocho and Jellicoe and says that, one of the things you notice as well, too, the number of griffins is a little unusual because there are 5 extras. And what, after talking to Jellicoe, talking to Bocho, and, greeting, obviously, King Yerend, Chieftain Rockfist, or Arn Akhenathi, approaches you guys, and he says that, as he approaches, he says, it appears that you have defeated, once again, another threat in the Akhenathi lands. Another shadow will no longer fall on our peaks. Is this true?
Aye. Well,
The undead dragon should not rise again.
I understand as well you seek to put a permanent end to this threat and remove its shadow for the entire Dale, the Highlanders and the Lowlanders.
Yes.
that's the idea. Yep.
Let's travel to the Dwarven lands first. Find out more of the Jotun.
You are people of the dwarves. You are people of the peaks. And now, you are people of the tundra, too. The Akhenathi are people of the peaks, but there is another domain over which we are masters. Would you be masters of the skies, too?
Aye.
Yeah.
That would give us a decided advantage.
So what he
I'd be happy
distributes...
with just journeyman.
What he distributes to you... Yeah, stores lagging behind. God damn it, why didn't I spend the gold? What you guys see distributed amongst you are sets of bridles with very specific kind of enchantments. And we're at the end here, so what I will leave us with, guys, is each of you selecting and putting the bridle on your griffin mount.
Oh.
And obviously, those who are not here, everyone would also have a griffin mount. We just don't see it on camera.
All right.
But you guys will now have griffin mounts to bring with you. I want you to think about what they look like, what their coloring is, and what name you choose to give to it. And then I will give you the stats. I'll ask you to just add the stats to your character sheet for their attacks and whatnot. A swift purple griffin. Of course. But yes, you guys, rather than escorting you around, riding side saddle, you guys, he feels it is an appropriate way of thanking you for both the challenges that you faced thus far to keep the Dale safe and also to free it from the influence of Alril's avatar. You guys will have griffins. So,
All right.
with that, guys, let's bring this to an end. Permanently. Then a dragon shows up, you all die. Guys, thanks for the campaign. It's been pretty fun.
It was fun. Thanks for the laughs.
Let's award some XP here. All right, so first off, I am going to grant everybody, so this is individual for your characters, everyone's going to get a 500 XP role-playing bonus, because this is all just a heavy RP day, so you're going to get that. You guys also succeeded in freeing Evermelt, which will be a quest reward for that. You have all the Astonishing Fortune back, right? I don't think you guys have spent any today. Okay. And, you defeated a couple of ragged tribesmen as well, too.
Warriors get 4 hit dice bonus. or 2. They're half hit dice, ragged tribesmen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Sleep
not
counted.
Let's see here.
Oh, half it. Yeah.
Okay. For hit dice worth of her hit dice worth of adversaries, you guys defeated 4. So, hooray!
It's still like 240 XP.
It's not. Yeah, it's not nothing for what level you guys are now. And I'll give you a reward for your mount as well too. So
I like it.
Treasure.
That is treasure. So, guys, in total, and Ocean did not fight today, so I'm not going to split the XP with him. I'll let it just amongst you guys. So, guys, in addition to that individual RP XP and whatever class-based XP that you guys get, you guys each earn 762 XP today. 762.
That includes the 500?
That does not include the 500. The 500 is each individually. So if you're not including that, it's 1262 would be the with the 500. So, great. Guys, so for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 60 of the Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign, our quarantine campaign. While the quarantine seems to keep going on and on, so does this campaign. So our heroes now seem poised to take on the next stage of this struggle against the White Witch. Did anyone ding today? I don't think anyone was on the cusp. Were they? No? No? Okay. Then, as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the campaign, the game we're playing, or the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can reach me directly on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can reach me by email. My email is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to this campaign, this game, and every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great stuff too, including finding a group if you're looking for people to play with, including sword game discussion of virtual tabletops and selecting between them, and of course our favorite channel, the Dungeon Dogs channel, where we all share pictures of our pets. In addition, you can see in the link of the description something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. Once again, a big thank you to Brian in the bunker for his contribution today to that. Thank you, Brian. You are terrific. And for everyone who contributes $25 Canadian or more, every $25 Canadian that you donate gives you one chance to win the grand prize in our charity raffle for the first one for the year, or one of the other awesome prizes. The grand prize is a platinum edition of the Beetle and Grimm Silver, Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's this amazing product that'll be $500 at retail US. It has all the adventure from Rime of the Frost Maiden. Everything we're using from that book in there is all in print. The map is this beautiful, huge canvas map that spreads out for the Icewind Dale. It's an amazing product, and every donation of $25 gives you a chance to win it. In addition, if you don't win the Platinum Edition, we have a copy of the Silver Edition as well, too, that Beetle and Grimm have donated both those copies to us. And if you don't win those, there's still other great stuff, including an amazing dice bag made by our very own armor smith here, Dave, an amazing dice tray made by our very own carpenter here, Andrew, and a bunch of stuff from the Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop as well, too. Posters, t-shirts, and some other cool stuff made by me with my very own little hands. So there's lots of great prizes to win. In addition, you get to have a say in some of the charity sessions we're running this game, or this year. And other cool things like outfitting, selecting what outfits and our outfits, selecting what gear our heroes will start with in some of our charity sessions, including our recent Ravenloft game. So lots of fun ways to interact with the channel, lots of great ways to win some great gaming stuff, and most importantly, to help out some kids who could really use help, because it benefits SOS Children's Villages International, active in over 130 different countries, that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. A really great organization that does some really great work. None of the money goes to the channel. None of the money goes to any other middleman. It all just goes to help out the kids who benefit from SOS Children's Villages International. Last thing I'll say is a huge, huge thank you to the players. So, Dave, Andrew, Mo, Brandon, Hobbs, thank you so much for playing today, guys. Great RP-heavy session today. I'll try and kill you tomorrow. I'm like the Dread Pirate Roberts. Have a good night. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Probably kill you then. So, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed Session 60, and we'll look forward to many more sessions until the characters die or are replaced by Goliaths. If you are listening to this during the current crisis, the reason that we kicked off this campaign in the first place, we hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles our heroes keep getting into in the Icewind Dale. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Bye.
Bye for now.